Have you ever been served an amuse bouche before? In today's video, we'll talk about what they are and how you can use them to enhance your overall meal experience. So what is an amuse bouche? It's a French word which literally means to amuse the mouth. So it's a small complimentary dish, only 1 or 2 bites that awakens the palate and prepares it for a more substantial meal to come. It should stimulate or tease the palate to want more. In today's video, we're going to create 2 different amuse bouche using what I have on hand. The 2 ideas I've got are a pear, goat's cheese and walnut amuse bouche and a beetroot, caramelised red onion and feta option. Well, these amuse bouche aren't going to make themselves, so let's get into it. We'll start with the pear and goat's cheese option. These are the things we need. A pear, oil and a bit of sugar and some cinnamon. Then for garnishing, some goat's cheese, some greens, some walnuts and poppy seeds. The first thing I'm going to do is prepare the pear. I want to cut some chunky circles to fry in the cinnamon sugar. I'll try to keep the slices an even thickness to ensure they all look the same and cook evenly. I don't want any of the outer skin visible, so I'll just trim the edge bits off. The leftover bits don't need to be wasted. You can munch on them or throw them into a smoothie or fruit salad. Tossing the pear rings in the oil, sugar and cinnamon first ensures they're evenly coated in the mixture. Then we can fry them to get that nice caramelization and golden colour happening. Make sure your frying pan isn't too hot, as they will burn easily being coated in sugar. So keep the heat a bit lower and don't forget to do the edges a bit too. That looks delicious already, doesn't it? It sure smells good. Next I'll roll some of the soft goat's cheese into a little ball, just a bit smaller than the pear circle, and pop it on top. Goat's cheese will be a lovely flavour combination with the cinnamon pear, but you could use a feta or cream cheese here too. You could use any of your favourite recipes and make a petite version as an amuse bouche. These ideas are just to get your imagination going and give you a rough idea on the size and composition of an amuse bouche. Next I'll add a little slice of walnut to each one. And our greens. Everything looks so much better with a splash of green, doesn't it? Finish it off with a little sprinkle of poppy seeds. I'm going to serve these on individual miniature forks, ready to eat. Doesn't the pale colour of the pear and goat's cheese stand out against the little black plate? I love the way the poppy seeds tie back into the plate colour too. Don't you think this looks delightful to eat? If you're new to this channel, I'm Taryn. Welcome. I love food, plating and presentation, which is what this channel is all about. I hope you enjoy the tips and ideas and can implement them in your own kitchen. On to our second option, beetroot, feta and caramelised red onion. These are the things we need. I've got a cooked beetroot here that's been boiled until it's soft. I've got some oil and white balsamic vinegar, some red onion and fresh thyme. Over here I've got some dark balsamic vinegar, spinach, walnut, garlic butter, salt and feta cheese. There are lots of different ways we can cut or shape our beetroot to create some intrigue. I've decided to use a melon baller like this to get a ball-like shape. Just push the melon baller into the beetroot with your thumb and swirl it around and you'll get a lovely ball shape. I'm being very generous because I'm only making a few, but you could make these much closer together. There they are. The bottom edge is the flatter side, which works to our advantage as it gives it a sturdier base. To add some flavour to the beetroot, I'll roll the balls in a little splash of balsamic vinegar, oil, salt and some finely chopped fresh thyme. Next I'll slice the red onion to caramelise. I'm just finely slicing it and then we can fry it in the garlic butter. You want to do this gently on a low heat so that it doesn't brown. Once it's looking transparent, you can add the balsamic vinegar and let it cook out until the liquid has disappeared. Don't forget to lightly season it with salt too. Oh, this smells so good. I could eat it just like that. We're ready to put this little amuse bouche together. I'll cut the feta just in a cube, roughly the same size as the beetroot ball. If I was to put the beetroot straight onto the feta, the beetroot would bleed onto the feta, which wouldn't look great. So this is where adding some caramelised red onion can act as a base for the beetroot to sit on. For colour, I'll add just a small leaf of spinach and then some red onion. Not only will the red onion complement the flavours, but it will also stop the beetroot colour bleeding onto the feta cheese. It's nice to have a little crunch component in a dish, so I'm going to add just a small sprinkle of chopped walnut to each of these. Then we can add the beetroot balls and top it off with a little thyme sprig. I'm going to put them onto individual forks again and use a dark plate to contrast with the white feta base. Don't they look fantastic? In a restaurant setting, an amuse bouche gives the chef a chance to be creative and showcase their culinary skills and style. A chef would often give one of these as a complimentary bite to get your taste buds ready for the meal. So why not give it a try when you're entertaining at home? Next time you're having guests around, why not showcase your culinary skills and give them an amuse bouche to whet their appetite for the meal to come. This video is an introduction to a playlist on amuse bouche ideas. If you want to be notified when I add more videos to this playlist, make sure you're subscribed with the bell icon switched on. Here's a playlist. Otherwise, if you're wanting to make something a bit bigger than an amuse bouche, here's a playlist of finger food ideas. See you over there. Happy amuse bouching!